Hello, welcome along. Thank you so much for giving us your time today. We're going to make sure it's really worthwhile for you.
Yeah, it's awesome to have you here. And in case we haven't met before, I'm Nat, and I'm the one without the hat.
And I'm Jodie, but I just realised we've actually got our names the other way around there. So we're fellow house sitters, and we've put together a little bit of a presentation here for you, just mainly to keep us on track. We've got a lot to cover with regards to, have you got the yes factor?
Yes. So our goal today is to make sure you have the 3 most important yes attractor factors, we're calling them, so that you can have homeowners saying yes to you more often. And also you can get as many sits as you actually want. So knowing if you want to travel to, say, Southwest France next July, for instance, you can find a sit there and feel assured of actually getting it. So ultimately, filling up your travel diary with free accommodation whenever you choose it. And most importantly, get the sits that you actually want and love. So you know the feeling, the sits that make your heart skip a beat when you read them. And speaking of France, sits where you walk in and you have a 25-meter infinity pool.
Nice.
In your multi-million-dollar mansion in the wine region. One of the best ski runs at the end of the street in Colorado. A view from your 3-story home in St. Lucia in the Caribbean overlooking a beautiful bay. Having a local beach at your 3-month house sit in Barbados that looks like this, or an open invitation for 5 months at a massive estate right on the Aegean Sea in Greece.
But before we go much further, let's take a couple of minutes just to introduce ourselves properly, not just the one of who wears the hat and who doesn't. But we actually want to tell you about why we're qualified as such to speak on this topic. So we're NatnJodie. We're originally from Australia, if you can't already tell, and we've been full-time house sitting all over the world since February 2013. And I'm sure you already guessed it, but all of these house sits shown here have been ours.
Yay!
We've enjoyed these over the years.
It's been so much fun.
So today we're sharing with you not just what we've discovered from our own direct house sitting experiences, but actually the results from hundreds of other successful house sitters, many of whom we've personally helped over the years. You see, we've been building communities for house sitters since 2013, when we went searching and couldn't find anywhere online where the sitters could actually talk to each other. Yep. So we started the world's first Facebook group for house sitters, House Sitting World. Perhaps you're already a member of that group, which is now actually run by our wonderful friends, Tim and Louise. And we also were the creators of the first version of the House Sitting magazine, where we put out a few issues, but of course now it has been taken over and run successfully by Ian and Vanessa, the awesome duo, who again we call really good friends. And then of course in 2014, we took all of the incredible knowledge and information shared. I mean, if you've been in the Facebook group, you see how quickly that runs down the feed. We took everything that we'd been accumulating for about a year and put it into the House Sitting Academy, which again was the first video online course for house sitters to be able to get started and get support in all areas of this amazing travel lifestyle. And then 2 years running at that big property that we just showed you there in Greece, in 2015 and 16, we actually ran interactive versions of the House Sitting Academy, where we had groups of house sitters actually come and experience what it's like to be on a massive property that's actually listed as a top 40 Airbnb property.
And not to dwell on this too much more, we've also written a best-selling book about international house sitting. We've taught house sitters how to create a roaming income so they can keep on traveling, hosted the world's first and to date only house sitting and travel lifestyle summit in 2016. And all along the way, we've actually been featured in media and even a National Geographic book alongside 11 other traveling couples, which was really cool.
Talk about feeling humble about that one. That's just amazing.
Yeah, that was cool. All right, so our challenge now is, how do we distill everything that, okay, we've directly learnt ourselves and learnt and tested and applied and discovered over the years, but also what everybody else has been doing as well. How do we put that into some actionable steps so that we can all learn from it and all start getting the house sits that we want?
So what we've done is actually pulled out the top 3 proven practical tips used by some of the world's most successful house sitters that you can use today on your profile. Now, you may already have some of these, but it's a case of like checking them off and enhancing them and making them be as best as you can so that you get the attention of the homeowners and start building that instant rapport so that they feel like they know, like, and trust you from the outset, which of course gets them saying yes to you more often.
All right, so let's jump in. These 3 tips that we call the yes attractors have time and time again proven to get more yeses from homeowners, and have even homeowners reaching out to you, which is a really nice experience if you haven't had that already. Okay, so they are being more than just an adjective. That's an interesting one.
The second one is think with them. That's what's in it for me.
And the game changer, which we'll come to in time.
All right, so what do we mean by being more than just an adjective? This is the yes attractor number 1.
So this is all about the headline on your profile. And just to be clear about where you find your profile headline, you can see some of the placements of the headlines in orange on some of the different platforms here in the top 3 images. Or if your platform does not allow for actual headlines, because some of them don't these days, like the image at the bottom, then it would become the opening sentence of your actual profile instead. So either way, this is a section that the homeowner first reads on your profile.
The point we need to make, though, is that we can't tell you how many times we've seen the words reliable, trustworthy, pet-loving, caring, honest, friendly. So as you can see, these are all adjectives, describing words. And no doubt these are all very true, but it's not about that. So please, no offense intended here at all. This is not about having a go at anyone that is genuinely trying their best, especially if you have a headline that uses one or more of these words.
Yeah, absolutely. But let's think about it. If you're looking to house sit, don't you think you should naturally be all of these things anyway? These are basic and really essential house sitter qualities. So the question is really, is there any need to write them? And apart from being obvious, how does anyone expect to stand out in a sea of sitters using these types of headlines these days? So here we have practical and efficient and caring, caring pet lovers, friendly and reliable house sitters, work at home, love dogs, reliable, great reliable couple available. You get the gist of it. In fact, we found all of these headlines within just the first 2 pages of a major platform site. And we could have actually gone on with twice as many more.
Absolutely. So no doubt you're getting the gist of the point we're making here. And that is to point out that your headline is so short. Do not waste the words on the things that we should know you already are. Your headline is prime real estate.
Yeah, absolutely it is. And like any headline, they must entice the reader to want to read more, just like these headlines do. Yes, they are ridiculous and no doubt not even true, but you cannot deny there's a part of you that wants to read and find out more. And this is what you want from a homeowner to feel as well, a desire to know more about you and your story, perhaps without saying that you have a chimp's head or a secret divorce file. But at the end of the day, this is all copywriting and marketing 101. And make no mistake, you are marketing yourself to homeowners and house sitting, at least initially on your profile.
Absolutely.
So what should my headline be then, we hear you ask? Well, that's a great question. Simply, it's one that uses your occupation. Really, really simple. Putting in your occupation, your current or former career or profession. Now, maybe that feels too simple, but you know what? It makes a massive impact. So here's our very own headline on our house carer's profile to illustrate the power of this.
Late 40s, female couple, full-time international house sitters, former resort manager and Australian Federal Police agent.
All right, so the next 2 slides, let's compare the 2 styles of headlines and truly feel into which one pulls you in to read more. Again, we're back to practical, efficient and caring and responsible, professional, mature, quite and experienced, or the one that paints a picture in the mind's eye of the homeowner of what you must be like, while telling the homeowner so much more about you. So is a headline like this more intriguing? Do you want to know more about our story? What do you think a resort manager or a federal police agent would be like looking after your home and pets? Would you trust them? Do you think they would be reliable? Do you think they might care about someone's possessions to a high standard?
So I hope you can see what we've done here. We've actually let our former professions do the speaking for us. We've allowed the homeowner to make their own assessment of our qualities without even having to state them. And in the process, we've ensured that our profile stands out and is completely unique. So we no longer have to compete with other sitters. And perhaps we've even helped the homeowners resonate with who we are. Remember, like attracts like. So if you were a teacher or a dentist or a stay-at-home mum, even in a previous life, let your profession speak for you and you will never have to be just another adjective again.
So we did an exercise and we could not think of one profession that could not look good to a homeowner when painted the right way. And that's the most important part. So a quick story here about how this one tip helped Jennifer. She was using the regular type of headline, mature, trustworthy, reliable, and totally getting nowhere. No bites on her profile and no responses to her applications. She was really, really frustrated and at a loss because she knew she's actually a really good sitter. Then when we were in Costa Rica, we met up with her. She told us that she'd been a pilot for many years in Canada and ended up becoming head of aviation security in all of Canada. Now that was pretty damn impressive. So we suggested that she do just one thing, change the headline on a profile to include her previous career. She did that and nothing else. Within 2 weeks, she had a flood of homeowners asking her to come and sit for them. And every sit she applied for, she got.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was really amazing.
Okay, so our yes attractor number 2 is actually a bit of a marketing term, and it's WIFM, which is literally what's in it for me. Now, when we're saying think what's in it for me, we're not talking about you, we're talking about the homeowner.
Yeah, so you would be amazed at how many sitters make their profile all about them. And yes, that might sound counterintuitive.
It sure does.
Because a house sitting profile is all about you. Well, it is and it isn't.
What you actually need to do is think about it from the reader's point of view. And that's the homeowner. How would you feel reading a profile talking about the travel your potential sitter wants to do and little about the pets or responsibilities required?
And yet we all know how affordable house sitting can make travel, taking away the largest travel expense, which is the accommodation, of course. But house sitting is not a free holiday, and I think we all realize that. It does come with some really important responsibilities. Looking after someone's most prized possession, their pets and home. And yet, when we go to the sites, we see house sitter after hopeful house sitter with these sorts of headlines. Looking to experience new places and people, have passport, will travel, single person wishing to see more of the country, family moving to the Gold Coast for work. Talking about their travels and how house sitting and free accommodation would be great for them.
So let's ask you, how would you feel as a homeowner if you had pets and they're like your children, like so many of them are, and a house sitter was clearly more excited about the great day trips that they could do in your area or the free travel accommodation they get from you? Would you feel enticed to respond to such an application or profile?
And to be honest, a homeowner could not really care less about your travels that you want to do or the savings you'll be making. All they want to know is that you'll be there to take care of things, that you're capable of handling anything that goes wrong, and that they can go away with complete peace of mind. Essentially, they want to know what's in it for me.
Absolutely. As a house sitter, whether you like it or not, you are going to have to sell yourself.
Yeah.
And it all starts with writing your profile with the homeowner in mind. What will make them know, like, and trust you enough to invite you as a total stranger into their home? And what would you want to read if you were the homeowner inviting someone into your house to sit? When you can answer those questions and write your profile from that space, then you're taking a big leap forward in getting the sits that you want.
All right, let's move on to yes attractor number 3, which is the game changer.
And that is having a profile video.
All right, let's be upfront here. Yes, that does mean you have to get on camera. But we promise the rewards will be extraordinary.
They most definitely will. Having a profile video is absolutely the number 1 yes attractor that you can have on your profile. Out of all the things that we've done right to get our back-to-back sits all around the world, having a profile video is still the top tip that we can give you.
Yes, right here is our secret weapon revealed. If you truly want homeowners approaching you to sit for them, then you cannot go past a profile video. We are constantly approached by owners, many of whom say that they watched our profile video, and you can see some of them on the screen here. And the funny thing, when we meet them, they all say, wow, you're just like you are in your video.
Not sure how else to be, but yes. Yeah, a video has the ability to instantly build rapport. It gives the homeowners a true feel for who you are. It gives more information about yourself as well. It shows them your energy, which is really important. Demonstrates your authenticity. It's more believable than the written word.
And the biggest reason to have a profile video is about 90% of other house sitters do not have one. You are automatically going to stand out.
And if you don't believe us, then go on to one of the platforms and just have a scroll through and see how few people actually have a video. Now, what I wanted to share with you here as well is 2 things. So we've talked about that headline, but I also wanted to point out about the first paragraph of your profile as well. So Peter and Tracy, who we've known for the last 4 years, they've actually got a really good little short headline here. So it says, in simple terms, RN and AdGal. So yes, Peter is the registered nurse. Provide TLC for your pets and home. Great, that's awesome. But look at it in this first paragraph here in their about Peter and Tracy. I thought this was so cute. We are a half-retired, tidy, non-smoking couple with a love of nature, travel, and all creatures great and small. And may we apologize in advance for our video. Hugo the cat, who steals the show at the end, is the only one with a future in film. We'll stick to minding pets and mucking stables. Now, that is such a good enticement for people to go look for that video. And the moment they do that, not only are they looking for the little bit of humour, which to see who this star Hugo is, they're going to watch the video and they're going to have an instant connection with Tracy and Peter. Now, I guess we could probably say we could tell that Tracy's an ad gal because this is really clever marketing.
This
and what
is
she's
very
put
clever
together.
copy, yeah. If you feel into it yourself right now, do you want to see their video? Yes. It does pull you in. It creates what we call an open loop that people go, oh, I need to see that then.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so let's just do a quick recap. The first thing we covered was how to stand out to homeowners by including your profession in your headline. The second thing was we discussed how to sell yourself to a homeowner by addressing the what's in it for me. And this can be not just in your profile, but also even think about it when you're writing your application emails as well. The third and most important one is our secret weapon to getting great sits is by always including a profile video.
So do you think these 3 important yes attractors will make a difference if you haven't already applied all 3 to your profile yet? Hopefully you can go away today, right now, and go and fix up your profile if you don't have these things already set. These 3 practical things will absolutely help you get the gigs. They've been proven time and time again to build rapport and have homeowners saying yes to you more often. But let's be clear, they are literally only what's seen on the surface, out there on the internet, on the house sitting platforms. And as you may have guessed, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Underneath the seen and conscious side to getting homeowners to saying yes to you lies a whole other level. And that is where the real magic happens.
So we could absolutely end it there. I'm sure you could run off and you could take those tips and go and get more house sits coming your way.
Yeah.
But we've got a question for you. Are you ready to go deeper? This is the stuff that we and other successful house sitters constantly bring our attention back to. It's the stuff that taps in to the world of feeling and the unseen. So if you're still here, I guess that means it's a yes. So let's do this. It's time now to reveal where we put our trust to ensure that we always get the gigs that we want. And that's how we've had back-to-back global house sits since February 2013, all with 95% free lodgings for this entire duration.
So I just want to take a moment here and let's think about this for a second. We've traveled all over the world, as you can see on this map. These are our actual travels. And somehow we've married up all of our dates with back-to-back house sits to the point that we've had less than 90 days, that's just 3 months, in over 5 years of actually not house sitting. Seriously, you couldn't even logically plan that out or manufacture it if you tried. So if you have to admit, something else has to be at play here. And there is. And that's what we really want to share with you today. Let's say the real yes factor begins now.
It certainly does. So it's time for some real shifts in your perspective when it comes to house sitting, which will shift everything for you.
For us, we've identified 3 major shifts in our own awareness that have happened since 2013. And they are to do with the being of service mindset, trusting intuition, and the big one, which will be revealed as we go along.
I think it's appropriate that we call these the 3 focus points because it is definitely focusing below the surface.
Yep.
And with the being a service mindset, this one actually goes hand in hand with the yes attractor number 2, which is think with them. When your primary focus is being of service first and foremost, taking over somebody else's life, stepping into their shoes, and pretty much leaving no footprint when we leave as well. But it is about, first and foremost, being there for the pets and maintaining the house as they go. So that mindset has an energy. It's an energy that is an attractive factor that doesn't really need to be stated clearly on a profile. It is literally coming from how you intend to actually travel with house sitting.
Yeah, we heard something just recently, which was really interesting, a question, and maybe you might want to consider this yourself. Do you house sit to travel or do you travel to house sit?
So let's think about that.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
Okay, so our favorite focus is number 2, trusting intuition. Now, to be honest, we thought that we were pretty special with this because prior to house sitting, we'd spent a lot of time studying consciousness and personal development, and we're really tapping into trusting our intuition. But of course, along the way, we discovered that this was actually the trick of every successful house sitter out there.
Yeah, so trusting your intuition, some people call it gut feel, whatever you like to call it. but it really is about trusting your feelings, listening for the alarm bells, believing that you'll get the gigs that you want, and ending up where you're meant to be. So it's sort of removing any of the stress and the heartache and not panicking if you don't get the gigs that you actually want. You will get the exact gigs you are meant to have and the experiences you're meant to have on a house sit. So if a house sit doesn't go so great, and that can happen no matter how much research that you actually do before you get to the house sit, things can go wrong in house sits. You know, we're dealing with homes and pets. So trusting that's the experience you're meant to have. And we're talking about trusting your intuition in every stage of the actual sit. So from actually applying for the sit, whether you actually feel the sit in the first place, talking to the homeowner on a Skype interview, and whether you have that connection and whether it feels right, whether you think that you can do the job that they're meant to be doing, and whether it's a fair exchange as well. That's another really important thing. And then when you get to the sit, if something goes wrong, really diving into your intuition then and responding with consciousness, not reacting to things. The intuition is such an important part.
So another way for us to actually be able to fully trust our intuition and just trust that things are going to show up as they should is all because of our third focus point of our below the surface here is actually our network. Because if something does go wrong with a house sit cancelling or something else, we know that we've got this backup of people, our community, our kindred spirits.
Yeah, so through our network of other house sitters, all choosing to live and travel as we do, we've learnt so many cool things, like where to find cheap flights, what budget tracking apps to use, not to mention the savings we're learning from other travel hacking strategies from each other, and the richer experiences we're having from the information about different locations. What's a good place to go? What's not a good place to go? That sort of thing. Repositioning cruises, house sitter stopovers, there's just so many cool things that are being shared in the community, and just being with other like-minded kindred spirits, those part of the nomadic and minimalist movements. Not to mention, you know, the chance to learn the latest tips and strategies that are working for homeowners, the creative and the memorable approaches that house sitters are making to homeowners that get them the gigs and get referral house sits as well.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you've probably heard the saying, your network is your net worth. Well, that's absolutely how we feel. I mean, we feel totally abundant with our network of amazing, amazing people. And honestly, that like-mindedness that Nat was just talking about there, nothing beats it. You know, to be able to have conversations that you just can't have with friends and family who literally don't understand why you are happily homeless and or traveling and or doing this being of service thing. You know, so much has changed over the years, and to have these people every single week showing up together, being able to laugh, giggle, and as Nat said, support each other as well in learning, in applying, and really being able to even just get through those hard times and be able to go on and be better house sitters with more amazing travel experiences. And it's not just opportunities for travel, it's the referral house sits as well. I mean, this network is gold.
All right, so let's quickly summarize what we've covered. We've covered how to stand out to your homeowners by including your profession in your headline, how to sell yourself to a homeowner by addressing the what's in it for me, our secret weapon to getting great house sits by always including a profile video, and below the surface, a being of service mindset will absolutely be energetically felt by your homeowners. Can you see how this attitude makes you wanted by homeowners?
It's all about trusting. Using your intuition will get you the sits that you love, tackle any situation, and help you be an awesome in-demand sitter. So can you see how important using your intuition is in house sitting?
And finally, we talked about your tribe. Expanding your network will absolutely grow your net worth. So can you see how important it is to be part of a network of like minds if you want to house sit and travel?
Well, we certainly can. And as human beings, we're naturally drawn together. We love feeling that we're part of something and that we're part of something with others so that you can actually have a voice as well and be heard and be able to help each other. I mean, that being of service mindset really extends even to our friends and our kindred spirits in our network. So now is it okay if we tell you about our tribe of like minds, the ones who are here to support you, connect you, and help you grow your network of referral house sits and amazing travel experiences? Remember how attractive the energy of assurance, confidence, collaboration, it really is magnetic. Well, now we're going to show you how you can have exactly that every single time you apply for a house sit, as we invite you to join us in the House Sitting Academy.
So the House Sitting Academy is now a live mentoring program. And I say now because it's actually changed over the years since 2014, on top of a unique step-by-step self-study modular course, plus a private referral network for house sits. And it's been especially designed for those that want to do international house sitting, which, as you probably know, has a lot more considerations than just domestic sitting. So things like language barriers, dealing with different cultures, even getting to the sit in the first place, and the visas can actually be, difficult to negotiate. And that's not to say, of course, that we don't have plenty of domestic sitters in the Academy as well. And since 2014, the Academy has helped hundreds of singles, couples, and even families brand new to house sitting get successfully started, providing not just the strategies for getting great sits and how to successfully travel the world with it, but the entire essence of everything to do with house sitting that ensures a sitter can fill up their travel diary with as much free accommodation as they desire. There have literally been hundreds of members with success straight out of the gate, applying what they have learned in the Academy, especially how to market yourself, set your intentions, and get what you're looking for.
Just like Tracy, who secured 2 house sits in the first 10 days of registering on a platform after she completed the House Sitting Academy course. And they were in the locations that she really wanted, and as random as Alaska and Ecuador.
That was really cool.
And Diana and Jeremy, who got their very first house sit that they ever applied for in the Bahamas, mind you. So this is actually a photo of the dog that they were looking after at their beachfront property. That was the beach that they were on. It's pretty amazing. And we absolutely love what Tony has said about her previous plans before discovering international house sitting. She says here, I'm going to read this one out. We were going to move to a retirement community in Tennessee in 2016 when we were retired. This could have been us, reflecting about the photo there. Instead, we did the House Sitting Academy course and have been to the UK, Australia, Indonesia, France, currently sitting in Switzerland, and we're booked through 2018 throughout Europe. Here we come, Spain and the US. Done. I miss making those fall wreaths with the ladies club in the retirement community. Just a touch of sarcasm there.
But just like your attractor factors that we actually discussed today, what is seen on the surface is literally only part of the whole. Many assume that the Academy is purely to help newbies get started in house sitting. However, the ongoing benefits lie so much deeper below the surface, where even the most seasoned and most sought after sitters have experienced a multitude of benefits from the Academy lifetime membership, which really is why the majority of people that actually join the Academy are in fact experienced sitters, and some very experienced.
Yeah, people like solo sitter Sharon Fields, who's been sitting locally and getting paid for it for the last 5 years. She says here, the Academy is mind-blowing. So much helpful information. Even though I've been sitting locally full-time for 5 years, there was something from each video or module that I learned and will be helpful as I continue to grow my sitting business into the international forum. Thank you so much for all the work you've put into this profession. We absolutely love getting feedback from our Academy members, and we always ask them who wants to share their name on the testimonials, and one of them said they prefer not, which is fine. So SB says here, we want to continue to learn and develop, so the Academy gives us the feeling of professionalism and connection to a community of excellent house and pet sitters. So that's coming from somebody who's already got some experience. And then Amanda Turner said, such a wealth of information. A lot of it was very useful, and I'm glad I have this as a reference in the future should anything ever come up. I've done a whole lot of research, about 2 years worth prior to the Academy, and wish I'd done this sooner to save myself the time of research from countless resources. That being said, I think all of this knowledge and having the House Sitting Academy badge will do wonders for receiving future house sits.
And we're going to talk about those badges in just a minute. But like these Academy members, you might actually already know how to go house sitting and get gigs quite successfully. But let's start having these conversations that go below the surface. The conversations you can't have in the house sitting Facebook groups where homeowners also do hang out. Conversations with your house sitting peers that have also invested in themselves. The ones that truly care about the industry and the trust and sharing economy that we all represent. And they care about their homeowners and the pets that they're serving. The stuff that goes below the surface is ever evolving, just really like consciousness is. And as we all become more conscious and have more experiences, have more technological changes in our sphere, then we'll always have cause to come back together again and discuss and share all these different ideas.
And we're not talking about just the written word here, which can obviously be so easily misinterpreted within Facebook groups, but in true live discussions each and every week. Currently, the House Sitting Academy is the only forum where you can actually see and speak directly with other experienced sitters, where we can actually dialogue and discuss topics around house sitting and international travel, where everyone has a voice and the chance to share their wisdom and learnings for the benefit of all. And it's where everyone has the chance to ask questions and or vent if they need to, because it's a safe space without the homeowners there, so that you can share your true feelings and discuss possible solutions to any challenges that you may be having in real time.
Yeah, look, there's always going to be situations you may have heard of that one day you're going to have yourself. And there might be reasons that after 12 months of back-to-back house sits, you're not getting them anymore. Or you have a string of sits cancel on you all of a sudden and you're just not sure why. And it's when the things that actually go wrong and not to plan that we start asking those deeper questions and really want someone to bounce these things off, to come back together and see the bigger picture. These people really do become your family. They're the people that are experiencing the exact same thing as you. Only these people can really understand what you're going through as a house sitter, particularly as you're traveling the world, and offer that true support or voice of experience.
Okay, so let's look at the top things that you'll be getting lifetime access to when you join us in the House Sitting Academy. Firstly, and probably most importantly, is these weekly live mentoring sessions. Plenty of experienced sitters have joined the Academy purely just to access this feature, and rightly so. And as we've mentioned, these live mentoring sessions are currently the only regular live sessions available for house sitters to join. And they're the ones that allow you to be yourself, be seen and heard, and truly feel like you're part of a tribe of kindred spirits who get you. You can gain confidence and learn from each other through sharing stories and direct experiences. Stop guessing and get your questions answered in real time. You can also get clarity and make smart decisions for your lifestyle, travel, and income. Get your mindset right and stay on track. And even we benefit from this a lot of the time as well. And most importantly, have a laugh and make some awesome friends for life all over the world.
Yep, and plus, of course, you get access to all of the recordings, past and future, in the members area for your ever-increasing library to refer back to anytime you need it. So each week we cover a new topic in depth, and some of the topics that we've actually covered so far, dealing with security cameras and recording devices in the homes we sit, a very important topic. How to give and receive referral house sits, pet behavior, handling troublesome pets, and dealing with medications and various conditions with our resident vet and fellow Academy member, Sif. House sitting insurance, off-the-grid house sits, easy travel photography and social sharing of pet photos.
And the permissions you need for that.
Funding your travels, how to find cheap flights every time with special guest and ex-travel agent, Beck Power. How to deal with misrepresentation on a house sit. And each month we discuss in depth the considerations for house sitting in a particular country. So we choose a country and we discuss things like the cost of living, the best locations to sit, the transport, places to avoid, security, and even dealing with the culture.
So we only actually started running these live weekly mentoring sessions that we affectionately call the huddles in April 2018. And Anne was one of the members who's been with us since the very start of them. And she says here, thank you, Nat and Jodie. The Academy mentoring session was a huge success. It was phenomenal to meet so many members and get so much information firsthand. Comments were so varied, from downsizing, traveling light, pets in sits, how to get sits, and so much more. A lot of questions were answered as well. I'm delighted that this will be a weekly mentoring session. I plan to attend as many as possible. What an incredible resource to be able to chat directly with the people who are doing this every day. Thanks for sharing, everyone. It was delightful to meet you all.
Then there's our Inner Circle private referral network, which is available to all Academy graduates. This is definitely the place that the world's top sitters gather. As a member, you're going to enjoy top-level international referral house sits, personal recommendations and introductions to homeowners, many sits that actually don't require applications and never appear on the platforms, and 24/7 experienced sitters on hand to offer help and advice.
Plus, you'll also get to rub shoulders with savvy travellers, many of whom might be names that you're already following, like House Sitting magazine publishers Ian and Vanessa, who regularly call upon Inner Circle members to contribute to the magazine. 2014 National Geographic Travellers of the Year, Pete and Daleen Heck, who are also the authors of their own house sitting guide. The world's longest honeymooners, Microsoft-sponsored travellers Mike and Anne Howard, who are also the authors of Ultimate Journeys for Two, the book that they asked us to appear in with them. And there's regular speakers at TBEX events, which is the travel blog exchange, such as Pete and Betsy Webker, and so many more. And we are a tight-knit community where we all support each other's business endeavours and creative projects and do what we can to promote each other.
And as Amanda Turner mentioned before in her testimonial, we give you access to the Academy badges because first impressions count big time in house sitting. So when you add these badges to your house sitting profile and any marketing material you might have, so you might have your own website, they're the easiest and definitely the most direct way to show a homeowner you are dedicated to your sitting service and trained in best practice, further increasing your chances of getting the best sits available.
And of course, there's where it all began back in 2014 with the online self-study course called the 10C Confidence and Competency System. And while the 10C process is our creation, the tips and advices come from the collective wisdom of our network that we first started growing back in 2013. This course is where we share tons of different tips and strategies that have been proven to work from experienced sitters. And of course, once you get access into the members area, remember it's yours for life, including all future updates. So if we add any new tutorials, as we discover more travel hacks, new technologies, any enhancements or changes to platforms we let you know about, basically everything and anything that will help you with your house sitting and travel lifestyle experience.
All right, so let's have a look at what you're going to get. The House Sitting Academy provides lifetime access to the weekly live mentoring calls, also known as our huddles, the Inner Circle private referral network for graduates, Academy member and graduate badges, and the full online course with our 10C system. Again, lifetime access, all valued at over $2,000. And if you can see the value right now, simply click the button below under this video or go to housesittingacademy.com/special.
But if you're on the fence and still wondering, let's look at what else we can actually add value with. You actually get free access to our partner platforms and discounts to house sitting platforms to find and book your sits and save you money as well. And as we add more partners to our list, you'll reap the benefits with your lifetime access. Another bonus that we'd like to provide for you is actually giving you access to what we call our Academy Enhancers package. Over the years, more and more talented people have become members of the House Sitting Academy, each with specialised knowledge that we simply have to share with you to enhance your house sitting and travel lifestyle experiences. And what's really cool is that the House Sitting Academy has turned originally newbie house sitters into now very experienced and sought after house sitters, just like Gail and Randy, who joined us way back at the start in 2014. And they say here that they saved $10,000 in their first year of full-time travel, thanks to what they learned with us from both house sitting and what they've saved in their travel. But what's really cool is that they've had over $1,500 worth of value added to their package in the few years that they've been with us, because this is an ever-evolving lifetime membership.
And because of our valuable network, we get to bring the latest travel hacking strategies direct to our members, and we love doing this, which is saving hundreds and hundreds of dollars, just like Christine. She said, "I have to thank you for the information in the Academy course. I started on Saturday, use your advice to find a flight from the US to Dominica, visiting a friend there. In the past, they've spent $900 to $1,200 US each to visit each other. Using the information, I booked a trip to Dominica for just $350, which is pretty amazing. I let my friends in Dominica know, and they don't believe me. The friend I'm visiting is amazed I found the flight I found. It's actually better itinerary that she had in December for $1,200. Now I can take 3 trips for the price of 1. Thanks so much."
And we've even had members save heaps on hotel costs by getting a perfectly fitting referral house sit to fill in any gaps. So many members have enjoyed that little perk.
Yeah, definitely. Look, what we've discovered that since starting the very first community back in 2013, the sense of camaraderie, support, and amazing friendships that have evolved are really incredible. One connection, one discussion, one tip can save you hundreds of dollars or give you the travel experience of a lifetime or even a sit of a lifetime. So really do not pass this opportunity up to connect with your fellow sitters and travel lovers on a level that you will just not get anywhere else.
All right, so let's recap everything you're going to get. You've got the weekly live mentoring calls, the Inner Circle private referral network, Academy member and graduate badges, the full online course with our 10C confidence system, free access to our partner platforms, discounts to the house sitting platforms. And remember, this is all with a lifetime access.
Plus, we've got some great fast action bonuses for you. If you invest in your lifetime membership in the next 20 minutes, you'll also get a personal coaching session with one of our Academy mentors. shortcutting your learning curve by being able to get direct help with anything from downsizing to enhancing your house sitting profile, as it's always great to have a second set of eyes over what you've written on your profile, someone unattached that can see just how well it connects with homeowners.
So come and have a chat with Doug, Vanessa, or Jill. Now, Doug is an absolute expert in referral house sits and building referral networks. Vanessa can help you with getting paid for your house sits and planning for your international travels, which is exactly what she's doing right now while she's gathering all those great references at home. And Jill, who's one of our most experienced sitters with over 8 years under her belt of full-time house sitting and world travel, she is an expert in intuition, downsizing, and pretty much anything with regards to getting your mindset on track to know that you can actually do this and you can be creating the house sits and the travel experiences that you really desire.
And our fast action bonus number 2 is our specialized Set Up to Stand Out kit, or SUSO as we affectionately call her. This little mini course has actually been responsible for hundreds of great sets. And if you love the marketing and psychology tools that we just touched on today, then you're going to love SUSO, where we dive in deep into marketing yourself to homeowners and helping you get the sits that you really want.
And so many of our members get started with the Set Up to Stand Out kit first and foremost, and then send us emails like this, which is so exciting. Diane Johnson says here, thanks for the encouragement and wealth of information in improving our online presence. It's working for sure. So there's a couple of things here. People have reached out to her for Ecuador for a sit that wasn't published, and they got a month-long sit in Medellin, Colombia. Oh my word.
Nice.
And then Taylor, where she says here that she only just joined Kiwi House Sitters on Sunday and already had 2 owners reach out to her, which she just can't believe was even happening. She just didn't expect that at all. And she says here, I really owe it to you guys and teaching about each piece and getting the profile set up.
Well done, guys. That's amazing. And to prove to you there's no risk on your behalf in joining the House Sitting Academy, there truly is only reward. Our guarantee, if you do not believe the Academy is great value and helps you have better and far more enjoyable house sitting experiences, then simply contact us and we will quietly return every penny back to you. We really do only want you as part of the program if you're 100% happy that we enhance your experiences and give you awesome benefits and connections.
So join us now. Everything is instantly available to you so you can start saving and benefiting right away. And to be honest, a lifetime membership is absolutely priceless. Forget about that $2,000 plus thing. You get this whole entire package for just $297. Simply hit the button below, or if you prefer, go over to the website, housesittingacademy.com/special.
And that's going to take you through to the order page, which looks like this. And you're going to fill out your name and email and hit continue to step 2. And then you'll see the rest of the form to fill out with your credit card details.
Now, this is entirely your choice, but there is actually the opportunity to pick up a bonus membership with Nomad Fly. If you actually check the little box here, it will give you a hugely discounted access into this lifetime membership from Beck Power. Now, Beck has actually been teaching how to flight route hack your way around the world for a lot less than what you can actually book flights from the normal websites with. Now, this is not about air miles. This is actually about that flight route hacking, so that you can actually save thousands of dollars, just like we have since we've learned some of these strategies, and so many of our Academy members have as well.
And what I like most about this program is that Beck's going to dive in a lot deeper than we do in the Academy in terms of getting cheap flights, in teaching you strategies. So these strategies are not reliant on flights being on sale. They're actually strategies that you can use at any time to find cheap flights anywhere in the world to where you need to get to. We've been using these strategies and literally saving hundreds and hundreds of dollars every single year. So that's an additional $37 if you're interested. But either way, you need to hit that big orange button below that says, yes, let me in, and we'll definitely get you access into the Academy within 2 minutes.
So we don't have any bonus steak knives for you today, but we do have another testimonial from Carolyn, who actually says here, I've been thrilled with the caliber of material available to me through the Academy. If only I'd known about it when I first began house sitting. Every possible area is covered so that anyone, upon completing the course, is equipped with adequate knowledge to start their own fabulous house sitting journey, fully informed and with lots of little known tricks of the trade as a bonus. This course is a must for new and experienced house sitters alike. And we totally agree. So come and join us. Everything's instantly available. As we've said, you can get started immediately. You can even go back and look at some of those previous recordings of the huddles and lock in, make sure that you're ready for the next live one with us. It's all for $297, and you simply need to press the button below this video right now or go to housesittingacademy.com/special.
And that's it. Thank you so much for joining us here today. We really hope that we've added value to your experience of house sitting and traveling the world. And thanks so much for giving your precious time and focus. We really have loved having you here.
Absolutely. And we really look forward to seeing you inside of the Academy and on a live huddle very soon.
Alrighty, bye for now.